Hello, and welcome to the Outdoorsy Diva podcast. I'm your host, Lauren, the Outdoorsy Diva. Thanks for joining. Hey, my adventurers. I hope you all are well. I am actually doing a little something different. This is my first live recorded podcast. I'm actually out and about. So I'm here at Eureka Springs. It's a regional park in the area, a conservation park. And so I love it here because they have so many beautiful plants and flowers, and it's just about time for things to start to bloom. So I came to get some of those beautiful shots. And this is me practicing what I preach. This is me doing some self-care with everything that's been going on. You know, it's been a doozy. It's been a doozy these last couple of weeks, but in particular, even just within the last, 72 hours, we've just had so much happening and going on in our world. Who'd have thunk when I recorded that podcast with Dr. Nadine White about, advice for travelers regarding the coronavirus, that so much would have changed in such a short amount of time. It was literally just 2 episodes ago, a few weeks ago. And now here we are, just kind of trying to practice social distancing. And we really don't know what's going to happen or what the extent of the effects here will be. But all that sounds gloomy, no sports. Trust me, I, above anybody, completely understand the hurt behind that. I absolutely love this time of year. I love March Madness and the tournament. It was something I've looked forward to since I was a kid. And so to have part of that gone, the NBA, same thing, hockey, everything is essentially on pause. Even the mouse, Disney World, y'all know that's my happy place. Y'all know that's my therapy right there. And even Disney World's closed, Universal's closing. And it's the right thing to do, right? And I know all of that can just take a toll on us. We can lament our travel plans that were to be, that are no longer. As y'all know, I was supposed to be going to Japan, and now that's just something that, can't happen right now. But there's a silver lining in all of this. And I did a post to just kind of give us all some hope, kind of remind us and redirect our focus. Parents are home with an extended spring break for many places that they didn't necessarily plan on. But here's the thing. It literally took this super virus pandemic threat for us to sit down and be still. We're always so plugged in as a society. We're always on the go. And this has really caused us to take pause. We really didn't have a choice in the matter. So all is not lost. And I'm here to give you some good news. So let's get into it. So for those of you trying to figure out what to do, how can you still have fun? Obviously, of course you can. You can do exactly what I'm doing right now. You can go to a park, go out there and get you some nature. Now, keep in mind the recommendation is social distancing, staying away from large groups of people. And clearly, if you're sick, you need to be home in isolation. But, if you're well, the parks are there's plenty of space. I'm not saying go to somewhere that's going to be crowded and congested, but I still think our state parks and national parks are a reasonable and viable place to spend some of your time. You'll be hard pressed to be within 6 feet of people if you do something like that for you by yourself or with your family. And they're still open. As of now, the notice for Florida State Park said that they're still open to visitors, though they've canceled any activities or any events. As of now, even the rangers are still working, but worst case scenario, the visitor center may be closed. You may not be able to do things like boat tours or, tour certain monuments or something like that. But you can get out there, enjoy the fresh air, the scenery, take a walk, and just disconnect. So that's my first tip for something you can do that is still practicing social distancing. Another thing that you can consider doing is to, bring back the board games. Take it old school. You can do some Monopoly, Uno, Sorry. Those are some of my personal favorites. The old school games. Introduce your kids to the stuff that you liked. Another newer game I love is Utter Nonsense, Telestrations. The list goes on. So break out those games, dust them off. Enjoy that time. Obviously, I'm not saying you want to have a game night per se, inviting people into your home, but, with your family, that's a great way that y'all can pass the time and have some fun. Road trips, I think, are kind of still on the table. Obviously, it's just going to depend on your personal comfort level and, what you plan to do. But I think you can do a road trip and go and see some things, but still be safe and not be exposed to a lot of people. Maybe instead of eating inside of the restaurant, you order it to go. You pack stuff, have a cooler, pack your own lunches and your meals. The hotels are still open and still booking. Of course they clean, they always have, but bring your wipes and your Lysol, which is something I've always done anyway. That's not new to me. But for you new germaphobes, welcome to my world. This is what I live all the time, in fear of germs, because I don't like them. So yeah, if you choose to stay in a hotel, just sanitize and do what you need to do. It's a calculated risk, obviously, but it's not going to be as safe as staying home, but it is still an option. Camping and glamping. If the campgrounds are open, grab your tent, pack your stuff. Y'all listen to that Glamping 101 episode, spruce it up, make it a little diva, and, go escape, unplug for a minute, have fun, go fishing, get in a canoe, a kayak, whatever. Just sit and look by the water, nature is calling, and why not answer the call, right? Another thing that you can do is just relax. Enjoy this time at home. COVID-19, it's here. We can't control it. All we can do is go with the flow and the changes as they happen, right? So in the world of streaming video, there's no shortage of entertainment available at our fingertips. You can build a pillow fort in your living room. You can watch virtual museum tours online, play duck, duck, goose, hide and seek, play in your backyard, turn the sprinklers on, run through them. It's definitely a good time for new books, new stories to share. And, for those of you with tight-knit friend groups, one of the things that we're planning, like Sunday, we were all supposed to get together and go to Ren Fest. Well, that's not happening this weekend for us. So we decided to do a virtual movie watching time. A lot of us are spread out far away. So what we do is create a meeting in Zoom, and one of us plays the movie on our computer, and then we all dial in and we have our cameras on and we virtually watch together. And it's just like we're all right there in the living room, in our little onesie pajamas and our snacks. So that's a great way to stay connected, especially for you people who are single, and may not live at home with anyone. That's a great way that you can still do that and stay connected to people and not feel like you're completely alone in this isolation time. This break in the podcast is brought to you by Lauren R. Gay Photography. That's right. Did you know that I have beautiful pictures for sale from my travels and my adventures. You can purchase one today on artpal.com/Lauren R. Gay. I'll drop that link for you in the show notes. You can go on there, you can browse and see some of the pictures that I have. You can select the medium you want it printed on, whether it's canvas or regular print. You can have it custom framed and matted. They've got it all there for you. So go there, get you some art on artpal.com/Lauren R. Gay. Now back to the Outdoorsy Diva podcast. So all is not lost, y'all. You know, it's the way that you look at it, and it's perspective. And so the good thing is we're still here. The good thing is you have this time now with your family, with your kids. Don't look at the kids being home as a burden and more work. I know it's more work, and I know that it's hard, and I've been there, you know, and I'm praying for all of you financially, mentally, spiritually. This is a lot for a lot of people, and I completely get that. I mean, right now I'm unemployed. I was laid off a week before the corona apocalypse began. So, you know, I get it. I have anxiety and fears too, but I'm choosing the positive. I'm choosing to focus on what's good. I'm choosing to focus on my blessings and what I have. And I'm just encouraging you to do the same thing. It's not to say that your feelings and your fears aren't valid, but it is to say that worrying won't change them. Don't pray and worry. It doesn't work. You know, it doesn't change them. So right now, what we should be doing is practicing that self-care. If you pray, pray. If you meditate, yoga, whatever that is that you do to de-stress, that you do to connect with the Creator, to God, to whatever you believe in, that's the things you do right now. That's where you lean. That's where you focus your energy. And then you focus on the positive. You know, this is a time to create new memories, to just be with people that you love. I mean, heck, for some, it might even be a time that you rekindle your love. You're so busy and disconnected from the people in your life. And maybe this time together brings you closer together, you know? Maybe it even sits you down. I know it has for me, just to even allow you to be in a space to meet people, which is something maybe that you haven't done in a long time. So I think it's about perspective, and I just want to encourage all of you to, you know, stay hopeful, keep your head up. Don't let this overtake you. You know, step away, unplug, do those things you need to do to maintain. Reach out to your therapist, to your mental health counselor, to your life coach. Use the resources that you have. There's no shame in that. You know, I talked to my job career coach that was part of, you know, what was provided to us when after being let go. And the first thing she asked me was, "Are you okay?" And that was so profound. Nobody really asked me, "Am I okay?" How did it feel to hear that you were being let go? You know, it made a world of difference. And so do that. Do that for your friends. Do that for each other. Take a pause and ask them, "Are you okay?" And also tell them, if you come see me, bring your own toilet paper. Y'all wilding out there with the toilet paper. I don't understand. One thing I have learned from this is when I get my dream house built, we getting a bidet. Because we're not going to have these types of problems. But in all seriousness, you know, stay encouraged, y'all. Just find a way to be grateful right now, because we truly still have a lot to be grateful and thankful for. Be kind, be considerate of your neighbor, and above all, tell people you love them and spread love. Y'all be blessed, and I'll see you next week for another episode. Thank you so much for listening. I hope that you enjoyed this episode. And if you did, make sure you subscribe to the Outdoorsy Diva podcast. Be sure to check out Misadventures of an Outdoorsy Diva blog on outdoorsydiva.com. You can also keep up with me and my adventures, so check out all of my social channels. Find Outdoorsy Diva on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest.